type of debts are not eligible through bankruptcy? Sometimes we kind of think, oh, let's throw this in there, let's throw that in there. But so what debts are not eligible to be submitted through a BK?
Okay, so just to clarify, and this actually leads to one of the tougher things when dealing with certain clients. I need to know every debt you know, every debt you don't know, every potential debt, every time you loaned money to someone or they loaned money to you and didn't pay it back, vice versa. I gotta know it all because I need to put that through the bankruptcy. If it's not listed, it may not be discharged.
Gotcha.
So that's one thing. The other thing is, typically, when you say eligible to go through the bankruptcy, it's really more like, can it be discharged? Can it be reorganized? Those cases. When you're talking about student loans, that's one of the top things I get asked about. No, it will not get discharged. It's very hard, pretty near impossible, given the current statutory scheme, to discharge student loans. People say it's non-dischargeable. It's the more technical phrase that's more accurate is it's nearly impossible. You have to be pretty much like you got to be pretty much like in a coma, to be. But it depends. But certain taxes are non-dischargeable. You owe money to the IRS. You certain types of situations like that. Also, for people with properties, they should know you can reassume debts. Like through bankruptcy, if there's certain things you want to keep, you can make provisions to keep certain types of debts, like mortgages and any specific credit cards that you might want to keep. So that's the case there. But generally, it depends on the situation.
How about like child support or like state liens or tax liens?
Child support, alimony, those things aren't dischargeable, but you can reorganize it. And one key thing about people who are behind on child support, it's good to note that, particularly in Florida, there's different things that can be done to someone who can't afford to give child support. Like they can be imprisoned, they can be fined, they can be taking their passport away. Filing bankruptcy may be able to help literally mean your freedom. Get out from under that. Right? So, with those types of debts, it still can help. It still can help with taxes. It still can help with other issues. And particularly with taxes, there are certain types of taxes that may be dischargeable. Again, just depends case by case.
You would have to analyze that. And then we'll obviously go ahead and finalize here, Andre. And basically, I have a question, which is how fast can someone start rebuilding credit after they're discharged or before they're discharged? Or how fast can someone start rebuilding credit?
So basically, once you file a petition, right, it puts an automatic stay. It's the beginning of the bankruptcy, and any money you get after that, after you file the petition, any income you get, any assets you get after, are post-petition. Hence, after the petition, right? So once you file, then you can start actually breathing that breath of fresh air, getting your fresh start started, and start organizing yourself to be poised to build your credit, right? And particularly with sevens, when you get a discharge, you're going to start seeing mail. you're going to start seeing mail from credit card companies who want you because they know there are very few, if not any, creditors that survived the discharge. And with that clean slate, that means that now you can't refile and get a discharge for another 8 years, right? So you're desirable to those types of companies and loans, which, depending on how you use that, can be a blessing or it can wind you up right back where you started.
Yeah.
But for the typical debtor, even filing for bankruptcy might actually boost their credit because they're not in a good position to begin with.
Gotcha. Andres, anything else you want to go ahead and maybe that we didn't really cover, and anything you want to go ahead and maybe share, any additional information that you think it's important that we should share with our audience?
Sure. So, really, it's to do with costs. This is a question I get a lot about bankruptcy. And, people are afraid. They think it costs more than what I can afford to get out. At the end of the day, though, for a typical 7 is around 2,500. For a 13, which is the reorganization, it's a little more involved, so that's 3,500. But for either one, there are payment plans available. And I know it's kind of funny to say payment plans, but while we gather the information, we can set up monthly payments for either one from the jump, from the beginning. And particularly for a 13, we can actually structure payments through the plan itself. And we can do a down payment between 1,000 to 2,500, whatever can be done. But we can work with you to help get you to your ultimate goal of being debt free, to get past it. So, and again, if there's anyone out there with questions, anything you need, we'll have my contact information, I guess.
I'll go ahead and I'll make sure that on this video, on the description, I'm going to be posting this on my YouTube channel, my Instagram. Obviously, I'll go ahead and I'll share this with you as well. I'll put your contact information, your email, and if you have a website, I would like to get that information as well so that people could facilitate that information so that they could just reach you. And obviously, if they have any questions, concerns, I think for the most part too is looking at your options. Obviously, just considering when we're talking about price, and I obviously know this from personal experience because we've had a lot of other conversations. You're very meticulous. You're very surgical on your process. Your response and your delivery. Obviously, it's on point. So I think going back to pricing, the value that you bring over exceeds the expense, or in this particular case, what you said earlier, bankruptcy can be a strategy. So that stigma, of whatever pricing, and it goes back to credit. It's something that sometimes is non-negotiable. It's something that it's needed in order for our sanity, for our health, and that you can't really put a price on. The flexibility that you get after you filed for bankruptcy, the options that you have available to you, the peace of mind that you're going to have, I think that that's something that is non-negotiable. So I appreciate you, Andres, for obviously having you. Thank you so much for answering these questions. Not to take so much of your time. I know obviously you're busy. I don't know if you have anything else that you want to say, and we'll pretty much break from here.
No, thank you so much for your kind words and for having me on here, for letting me be able to talk to your audience a bit about bankruptcy. I know I didn't get to go into the fun little details. That's where I like to be. I like to be in the minutia. You know what I'm saying? But if I could help just one person or understand better about their circumstance, I'm glad I did this. And again, it's not about just cranking people through the bankruptcy process. If bankruptcy is not right for you, I'll get you to Justo. I'll get you to whoever you need to talk to, because it's about getting you better, you
Absolutely.
and your family, and helping you get past this step.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and do this because you just gave me the green light. We're gonna have another session hopefully soon, and we'll talk a little bit more about maybe cases that you've tried or more information, a little bit of the meat and potatoes of the day-to-day that you've obviously experienced, obviously to our audience. So stay tuned, guys. Again, thank you for the love and support, Andres, and on the next time, we'll be in touch, brother.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Thanks. You too.